Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler and welcome to another episode of Let's Play RimWorld. We're still in Alpha 13. This is our town of Cougar's Hope, but I want to start here on the Works tab. This right here, it takes a little bit of practice to really figure out how to fine-tune this thing. And it's something that I didn't want to do on screen or within the video because it takes a lot of time. I want to be able to sit back and study this and really think about it. One of the mistakes that I see a lot of Let's Players do is they put everything on ones. I want you to do this one. Oh, that's important too. Oh, that's really important. Let's do all of those as ones too. And pretty soon you've got a menu of ones and everything is the highest priority. So best technique is to make good use of your 2s and 3s and 4s as much as you can. I use ones when I really get a chance to fine-tune this. Over here at Firefight, Patient, and Flick. Those are the most important ones. You flick the switch to get the turrets turned on. You want anybody who's nearby to get the command to go and do it. Otherwise, I tend to use 2s as pretty much the primary occupation of the character. So, like for instance, Nettie is really good at tailoring. Probably our best. Yeah, she's our best tailor. It's a job that doesn't come up very often. So I can set this one as our primary, knowing that it's only going to happen once in a while, then she can fall back on whatever her first 3 is. She's really good at construction. One of our best. I think Roke's is probably the best. Yeah, Roke's is now a 20 of 20 on construction. So I want Nettie to tailor and then fall back on construction. So the game, for anybody who's new, the game works from left to right. The first one is done first, second one, third one, till we run out of ones. Then it goes back to the beginning, grabs the first 2. So I want them to bed rest when they're injured. That is the most important. So I'm not really sure. Let's see, rest in bed to recuperate from non-immediately life-threatening medical problems. Okay, so that if I were to tell Michael, go to bed and rest and get over this malaria, he'll stay there and resist going to repair something, or Michael, resist going to mine, or to art, or to hall, until his bed rest is done. Then it'll head over to, which is interesting. Okay, so it's a 2, so if I do flick a switch here, he's still going to get the command to get up and go over there and turn the turrets on, which is good. He's still going to get the command to go and help put out a fire within our home zone. So that works out. That works out fine. So I have set Nettie to tailor and then construct as her secondary. Rabbit, he's cook, but first of all he is doctor. So that's a 1 over there, but otherwise his first 2 is to cook. And because of the order, I said handle to 3, so he goes over to handle first and then grow. I wish grow could be over on this side. I would like to have that as the next highest priority. I guess I could set that as his next 2. That would work. Cook, when meals are satisfied, he'd go over and grow. Almost want to do... That's where it gets a little muddled. Growing is also very important, but he's got to be the cook. He's got to be that's got to be his main priority. Okay, so then he'll grow, then he'll go over and handle animals, and then he'll do the next 3. Everybody's set to plant cut on a 3. So if I get a need for a bunch of trees to be cut down, they're all capable if they don't have any primary tasks to do, they'll all head over and do that. So head on down the list. Brand is set as warden for his primary. He'll fall back on smithing. He's actually the best smith we've got as far as making weapons. So I'm going to make him the smith more so than block cutting. I'm going to transfer that job down to Dwayne. All 3 are crafting. Tailor is a crafting, smithing is a crafting. So we can divvy this up a bit with Nettie getting the tailor crafting primary, Brand getting the smithing crafting primary, and Dwayne getting the crafting primary, which will be block cutting, which will be electric smelting, those sort of things. So Brooks is by far the best builder, so that's got to be his main. And all of them Well, the majority of them, when they don't have their main job to do, will fall back either on hauling or cleaning as the second two in their list. Klaus is good at mining, as Michael is. Michael's also very good at art. So when we run out of mining to do, Michael will fall back and start sculpting statues and what have you for the rooms and for things to sell. And let's see, was there a second one good at art? Let's see, art's over there. Klaus is actually decent at art too. So could make that his secondary. When we get more people in, more of these guys, the prisoners being inducted into our colony, we'll set more of them toward cleaning and hauling. And then we can get Klaus and Ronnie both set to art as their secondary. And we'll set up more art benches. That was art, right? I think that one was. We set up a couple more of them, and we'll get more sculpting going on. We can sell them to traders. So Klaus is going to be mostly mining with a backup of hauling and eventually a backup of art. Eric is good at hunting, but he's our primary researcher. So his fallback is going to be hunting. And we're getting to where we can probably start limiting some of the researching so we can be doing other things as well. Most of our most important research is probably done. The other ones are going to be convenient, but the most important ones are for the most part done. Ronnie is our primary hunter, and her fallback is going to be cleaning, but she's capable of a lot of jobs. Set to growing and set to art eventually. Yeah. Well, like again, when we get more people, then we'll set her and Klaus to art as backup. Dwayne is going to be our primary crafter, and then he's got backups of Taylor and Smith. He's good at those equally as crafting right now. So, and again, cleaning and hauling is randomly tossed in as twos. Eventually it'll fall upon some of these other ones. And what I've done is I have set up those capable of things, though they're not very good at it, as fours, so that spur of the moment anybody can construct. I can tell anybody to go over there and get that piece of wall rebuilt quickly, but it'll default to Rokes and Nettie, basically as constructors. So we're all capable of plant cutting. We're all capable of whatever. Mining, for instance, doesn't take any real skill, but you're much faster. Whereas growing is different. I don't want just anybody growing. So even Rokes is kind of iffy on that one. I'm going to, tell you what, we'll set these guys as fours, even though they're never going to do it on their own. Because if a frost comes in, I want to be able to set anybody to get over there and quickly get these things hauled in. So I want to make them capable of it. Just like hauling. Everybody's capable in cleaning, so I can spur of the moment assign Rokes to go clean up that blood over there, because it is in somebody's bedroom and is really taking down their ability to their joy, giving them negative moodlets. So I think this is as fine-tuned as I can get for now. I'm not going to deal with titles yet. We were talking about that in the chat. I'm going to get some more of the game in. Then we'll deal with, I think we'll wait until we get a few more colonists in who are doing more of the cleaning and hauling, so we can do a little more specializing. So we can definitely set one person for art, one person for tailoring, one person for construction, and then we'll make them that, give them a title within their name, kind of like Dr. Rabbit is here. I did that one to make sure that I remembered who the doctor was in an emergency. And I've got an S after brand for social, just to remember who's the one that goes over to the comms console, which I think it was Cathra that mentioned that once we set up I don't know if we have one on the map right now, once caravans came in, so that the locals could, once the locals could come in and trade with us, then the orbital traders were not as dominant anymore, and they're not going to be as frequent. And that's probably why I'm not seeing anybody calling us saying, hey, we got stuff to trade. So it's going to be far less common than I'm used to. That's probably the issue there. Let's get the game going. What else has happened in between episodes? I did set a bunch of stockpiles for the slag to be brought in. And finding slag was kind of hard. So again, for those who are new to the game, one tactic to do is to find one that is obvious, and then back up and double click on it, and it'll show up in other places. Then you can set them to haul in. So that's one tactic to go through. And there's a slag. That's a chunk. Is that slag? Yeah, that's slag. Slag is metal. Chunk is stone. So you can double click here, and all of the slag on the map will show up. So I have assigned a lot of the slag to be hauled in to these stockpiles here to slow enemies as they walk through the traps. I'm going to hold off. In fact, I wish this had a priority mechanism like Banish does. So I can say prioritize these guys before anything else, and guys, go and haul all the stuff in. But RimWorld doesn't quite have that mechanic built in. Oh, what else has been happening since? Wild boar has self-tamed. Okay, jump to location. You have become one of us. What do you do with a wild boar besides eat it? So training is not capable of anything. No, it is. Ooh, a wild boar can do any of them. Interesting. Should we have our wild boar? He could attack, be set to release an attack. Like the alpacas, that'd be kind of interesting. A brute squad of wild boars. Could set the wild boar to haul. Tell you what, let's go ahead and set to release like the alpaca and like the boomalopes for now. Though having a bunch of animals set to haul is really convenient. They can just be roaming around hauling in random bows that have not been brought in yet, that sort of thing. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you, Menino. I went through the enemies, the prisoners, in between as well. What is that? That's a meal. And set 2 of them to release. We had 6 of them here, and that's more than we're going to have bedrooms and I'm afraid food for eventually. And I only have 1 or 2 more names to bring in. These are all male prisoners. I want to get some female prisoners because I've got 2, maybe 3 different names I want to add to our colony. So I set 2 of the 99% difficulty ones to release. So I think Brexos and Menino were almost impossible to bring in. Trebo we're stuck with. We can't release. I would have released him, but he can't walk, so we're stuck with him. We'll probably sell him as a prisoner, as a slave if a slave trader ever comes in, if that's even a thing anymore. I haven't seen that on a Let's Play for a while, but we'll see if the pirates still buy prisoners or not. And did keep. Let's see, there's one other. Is it Ape? Did keep Ape though he's 99% difficulty, because he does have some capabilities that we could make some use of. But if eventually he doesn't train or doesn't accept our proposal to become part of the colony, then we'll go ahead and release him as well. But Prairie is a 92 and Lure is a 94, so they're a little more possible to convince to be part of our colony. So I went ahead and left them here. So 2 of them are leaving. Leaves us with 4, and eventually we'll release Ape as well if he doesn't. What is the word I want? Recruit. Recruit's the word I want. If he doesn't recruit, we'll release him as well. So 2 of them are going to leave, which means that I assume that they're all from the same tribe, but if not, at least the Bear of... Let's find out. Bear of the Ridge will like us a little bit more when we release a prisoner. Bera. So Bera is the one that has been the most angry with us. Yeah, they're all Bera. Okay. So Bera, factions, Gray Mouse, Bera, right there. -77. That was -92 or 94 before. We had released somebody, but we never saw, at least I never saw the pop-up saying that our relations have improved because we released a prisoner to them. So eventually they will go a little more neutral. Gray Mouse will still be attacking us. The Murderers of Hostility. They are a pirate band, and the Deadbeats of Suffering are a pirate band. So these guys will be attacking us as well. So these guys are natives to the to this world, and these guys are probably transplants. They probably landed on this world and set up their own colony. They're pirates, as well as City of the Tree, which are Outlanders. They're a town. And so they actually like us. And if we were to send them some silver, we would increase the amount that they like us, to the point that they would come and start helping us if we get attacked, if we wanted to improve our relations with them. I don't know if trading with them will improve the relations, or if it just maintains neutral. What does the eye do? View information about this object. So these people have lived here for decades or centuries, have lost most of the technology that brought them to the world. They usually work with simple mechanical tools and defend themselves with advanced gunpowder technology. They are concerned with practical matters of trade, trust, and survival, versus a tribe. These people have been here for a very long time. Maybe their ancestors crashed here 1,000 years ago. Maybe they survived some cataclysm that destroyed a technological civilization here. In any case, they are tribal. The tribes are mostly nomadic people who live off the land using primitive tools and weapons. Some tribes are more aggressive than others. Many are open to trade and alliances, even with strange people like yourself. Close cooperation or recruitment will be very difficult because of the vast socio-technological and linguistic gaps between tribals and yourselves. Despite their apparent technological weaknesses, they can be dangerous enemies and valuable friends because of their skills in low-tech warfare, their numbers, and their hardiness. And then we've got the pirates. A gang of bandits. Pirates don't sew, they don't build, they rarely trade. They enrich themselves mostly by raiding and robbing the more productive groups in the area. So you can imagine behind the scenes, these pirates are also attacking these three, as well as us. We'll look at that in a moment. Their technology level depends mostly on who they managed to steal from recently. Interesting. So if there were more advanced cultures, they could be stealing those advanced technologies. They could very well be attacking the Outlander town here and taking at least gunpowder weapons, so they could have rifles. Let's see, steal from recently. Mostly they carry gunpowder weapons, though the luckier ones may have advanced energy weapons, and some may just like to stab people at close range. So, yeah, these guys, their enemies are the murderers and the deadbeats. So these guys have attacked them and have taken on enemy status. These guys have been attacked by them as well as Bara. So these guys are enemies of each other as well as all of them. So these are the ones trying to get along with the most people, and are getting along with these guys at the moment. So that's, for new folks jumping into this series or into this game. Now that RimWorld has come onto Steam, and there's a lot of new folks playing it. It's kind of a background on how the factions work. Anyway, let's get this going. So everyone's been assigned new tasks, and they are... Well, I just got done recording Banish. I keep wanting to rotate the world by holding the middle button down. Anyway, these guys are doing what they're doing. We are at 10 o'clock at night. A lot of them are going to be heading to bed. Because Mino exited the map healthy, relations with Bara of the Ridge have improved by 15, and Bran failed to recruit Lur. Okay. So eventually Bara of the Ridge is not going to be our enemy, and may eventually come to our aid when pirates and enemies from orbit attack us later. Let's take a look at our carnivores and see where things are going there. Nothing is up next to us right now. We do have a grizzly over here, female, age 8, and will be eating soon, is healthy. Not too soon, though, probably by the end of the episode. Got a grizzly over here, female, age 13, no injuries. So they've all healed from their boomalope and boom rat experiences. And is satisfied food-wise. Where's my WASD? We have a cougar here. And age 7, male, and is in good shape and won't be eating this episode. So we only have one to worry about toward the end of the episode, and she's over here, right there. So we could do some mining, which Michael has been set back to as his primary, as well as Klaus. So Rokes is hauling steel. If you're going to haul steel, let's haul all of it. So grab all that steel and head in. Klaus is probably heading to bed. Yep. So Brand is hauling in steel to make an armor vest. All right, Brand has been set to smith. So he's going to take on the task of smithing bills, which we have asked for a couple more armor vests and another helmet. So we can get some of our, I don't know who it was a rabbit that had the wearing worn out apparel. So he is wearing a worn out armor vest. So I want to get those done. Do we have any other worn out apparel? And someone, I've had a lot of comments over the last 3 or 4 episodes that I've recorded all at once in a batch. So I'm not going to be remembering necessarily who said what, though a few of them, like Klaus, reminded me that when we're trading, that there is in the top left corner a way to sort by a different way, different ways of sorting. So I'm going to need to check that one out. But someone mentioned that I lost my train of thought. Whoa, pause. Zzz, fire. My train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, because we don't have the colonial or the colony bar up here yet. I'm not running version 15, which is where I think that came in. I can still cycle through with the plus or the period and the comma, go from character to character. I'd forgotten about that, so I don't have to head to work to find people. I can quickly zip through and find somebody. So worn out apparel, I wanted to check out real quick. Let's do it this way. Needs worn out apparel. All right, gear, that is rabbit. Okay, needs any other worn out apparels as far as getting clothing made. We did set a bunch of clothing to be made a while back, and I think Nettie did get to some of them. Worn out apparel, that is Dwayne, who's wearing what? And that fire's waiting for us. Oh, we lost all the batteries. Ouch. Okay, we gotta fix that. T-shirt, and we did set a t-shirt to be done. Needs. Was that the only one, though? T-shirt, anything below 50%. This is 100%, even though it's shoddy. So it's not worn at all, so we're 100%. That's why it's not showing a percentage. Though it's pretty much the lowest quality. So Dwayne would trade in his shoddy for a good or whatever Klaus is going to be making, or Brand is going to be making over here. Anyway, let's continue this one more time. We have another worn out apparel. That is Nettie, who's wearing armor vests. I did queue up 2 armor vests. Good. Needs any more worn outs? Worn out apparel. That's rabbit. Okay, we're done with that. So we've got a fire. And these guys, though they are set to 1 for firefight, they will not necessarily get out of bed to do it. So we do have to manually kick them out of bed to go and deal with this. So we must have lost, to see what it says. A fault in our electrical system caused a short. All 5,000 watts of energy that are connected to the batteries have been discharged in electric explosion. So that's the reason why I have banks of batteries. Too many batteries, 5,000 shorted out. So we had 5,000, 1,000 in each worth of power stored up. You want to store up power so that at nighttime, when your solar panels don't work, or when there's no wind and your wind generation doesn't work, you've got some power to get you through the night to run all of your various things. In wintertime, especially when you're running your heaters or running your grow lamps. So, I just realized something there. We'll talk about that too. So, that when you're not recharging, if you don't have the geothermal running, which is 24 hours and is not dependent upon the wind or the sun, then you've got some power to get you through until you can start charging up again. But the more that you have stored, the bigger the explosion is if you have a direct short somewhere, and boom, suddenly this conduit right here blows up and all these bedrooms are on fire. So you want to limit the amount of power you have stored. But the more you limit it, the more you are limited when things happen, like a solar eclipse and there's no more power being charged for days to weeks, depending on what the game throws at you. So I build banks so that I can have power stored, but only limited power. This would be a backup in case we have a really long one and I've got to flip this switch right here and add this power to the system when all this is run out. Now, isolating them also, not only keeps it out of the main system in case you have a short, but in this case, it saved us. It shorted within this little system right here, so that we only shorted out outside of our main grid. So this is not going to harm us as much. So we need to put the power out. We need to repair apparently one conduit right there that had gone bad. And we're going to have to repair these guys because we've taken damage. So we need to get this stopped as fast as we can before it takes a battery down to a point. When it hits 0 or when it hits very low, it'll explode as well. So we do need to get these done and then get these repairs done. But I feel like there's one more thing I needed to say. What else did I make a comment on? That. Well, we'll go with that. So let's wake these guys up. Hate to do that. Some of them won't go back to sleep. If their needs are for sleep are close to satisfied, they will just go about their next number 2 or number 1 and continue their day. And then they're going to get cranky later. So that is a problem with waking them up. But we need to get this done. So Dwayne is up. Let's think about that. Dwayne is up. Michael is up. Where's Michael at? Michael is sleeping. Okay. He's a night owl. How is he doing as far as rest? Needs. He's there. Let's wake up Michael. Let's reset Dwayne. V will head in there. Who else? Let's do this a little more surgically. We know that Brand is super happy because he is married to Nettie. Where's Brand at? Alright, let's find Brand this way. Let's see, these buttons here. Brand is right there. You are making an armor vest still. Hate to have you drop that iron though. I'll try to remember to drop that iron when you get to here, you can go and help. So 2 people putting this out, is that enough? I think so. Let's let them. Rokes, actually you're up. So let's reset you. You're going to go work on fire as well. Alright, we'll do that. Brand, we'll keep you tagged. They're going to head in here and put this fire out. And specifically, I need you to put this out first. And I need you to put this one out first. You didn't get the order? Can you put this out? There you go. You guys are going to be doing those. Colonist needs treatment. Somebody got burnt. Okay. Michael, go and put out Rokes, please. Thank you. You're done? You're wandering. Yeah, you're not too happy right now. Let's have you put this one out. Michael, need you to put that one out, please. Let's get these batteries put out. Oh, Dwayne got hurt. This room must be... Oh, this room's getting hot. Oh, I see. Rokes, put him out. Michael, I'm not going to be able to... Okay, we got a problem. This door's got to be opened. That's what I missed. This room is 486 degrees right now. Okay, you get out of there. You stay open. Now this room is 50 degrees. Okay. Whew, forgot about that. These guys all took some burns. How bad off are you guys? I hurt them. So we got some burns, we got some heat stroke. They can go in now. They're heat stroked, initial and malaria minor, poor Michael, and heat stroked and burned. Okay, we're gonna have to set up a burn unit here. Alright, we have our hospital still going. Okay, let's try this again. There's something to remember. Small enclosed rooms that get fire. They build up the heat really fast. You got to get the doors opened. Let's try this again. Let's get this put out. Rokes, put this one out, please. You guys, okay, Michael, put this one out. Dwayne, let's get this switch put out. Let's try this again. This time with the doors open. Nope, you're still on fire. The room is still 500 degrees? Oh, I thought I saw 50 degrees. Darn it. Okay, you guys get out of there. And Dwayne, put out Michael. Dwayne. You put each other out. Okay. We don't do anything now till that temperature goes down. No, stop. Okay. You go draft. You go draft. You go there. You draft. You draft. Alright, everybody stopped. This temperature is not going to go down. We're going to lose all that, unfortunately. Alright, you guys, all three of you, head over here and go to the hospital. We're going to lose the batteries. Let's close the door. Michael, can you head there first, hopefully, before that explodes? And then go here. The door closed. Alright. You need to go over here as well with them. That's all going to explode, and there's not a thing we can do about it. So, lesson learned. Batteries exploding in an enclosed room cannot be put out. Good lesson learned. We need to build. Can we do that, though? We need to build the extinguisher, the sprinkler. But I think that might be a research item. What would that be under? Miscellaneous? Security. Temperature. I'm going to think it's miscellaneous. And let's go over to research. I don't remember what it's called. You guys will have to fill me in on this. I'm probably moving right past it here, but there is... I haven't researched it, right? There is a way to put out fires. It's like a pop extinguisher. It pops and foams everything. I am not seeing it. Fire foam, there you are. Okay, fire foam is going to have to be researched next. We're almost done with electric smelting, so we'll finish that. But that's going to have to be researched. This is just going to have to go boom, unfortunately. And it's going to go boom here real quick. 1%, 0. It just went away. It didn't explode. Oh, nice. So now we're going to lose our whole bank here. Boy, that's a shame. Okay. Let's watch this one. It just went out. Okay. So these are going to burn up, and they're not going to spread. The door did spread, though. All right, I need a firefighter. All right, you guys need to be in the hospital. So let's get you guys undrafted, and you're probably going to want to go fight fire, so let's just assign you to these for the moment. Do that again. There we go. Dwayne, need to get lights in here too. Need to take this wall down, make this a hospital. But Brand, let's have you go and put out this fire right here. Extinguish that fire. Steel will burn. Alright, well that's not how I had planned on this episode to go. Alright, let's put that out, and I've got to make sure that you don't dive in there. Beating fire out, it is out. Alright, stop. You go here. Actually, just stay positioned right here. Let's watch that door. That door is going to need some repairs. The fire is almost out. Rokes. Okay, you guys are getting the command. Oh. No, you're getting the command to go work on the fire. What did I just do? These were to be built. Oh, they're not actually hospital beds. Okay, Michael, you go here. Dwayne, actually that's your room right there. You go there. Rokes, you go there. Alright, we'll go that route. Brand, you're going to wait till this is done. Rabbit, I'm going to wake you up. You're going to go tend to Trebo. No, you're going to go tend to Dwayne first. Then you're going to tend to Michael and Rokes. Door's not on fire. Temperature is 3,000 degrees inside there. I'm amazed that isn't bursting into flames again. But it is, well, it's half destroyed. Okay, it's going to be a while before this drops in temperature. This is still outside temperature. This room, though, is indoors, but it's holding. We're getting some thermal barrier between the two, and the heat's not transferring through. Seems like I read somewhere that heat will transfer differently in some of the newer versions of RimWorld. It's not in this game, but later it will. There's more insulative qualities. It seems like rooms deeper in a mountain will stay colder than rooms closer to the outside wall. Okay, still 2,000 degrees. Dwayne, you are trying to beat out a fire. Oh, you got healed. Good. Let's check you out. Health, you're fine. But you're not going to put out that fire. So, let's just lock you in here for a little bit. Draft. Alright, so fire is almost out. Nettie, repairing wall. People are waking up. Rabbit is tending to Michael. You, oops, there we go. Got your burns taken care of. Okay, you're tending to Michael. Okay, things are working fine. The fire is out. You can undraft. You can undraft. Brand's probably going to bed after he eats a meal. Dwayne is taking a fine meal. I see, those are the closest fine meals. Speaking of food being stored out here, we got to get this rebuilt. And that's something else that I set up between episodes. Put that door in there. Anyway, food. We've got meat sitting out here for the animals, which is spoiling in a day. So I'm hoping that the animals will eat spoiled meat. We need to set this storage to be capable of taking rotten meat. Rogues is fully healed. Good. So, yeah, we want to make sure that, rotten meat can be out here, and that's what we can feed to the animals. I don't think it'll make them sick. So we got to rebuild these. And I'd say, well, chances of this happening again are pretty small. So I'm not going to change. We're just going to put the foam in there. In fact, let's get this mined out. Are we temperature-wise? We're still high. I'll wait. Well, I'll delay. I'll distract Michael and Klaus from going in there. But we're still at 325 degrees. It'll slowly fade out. But I want to mine out, let's see, orders, mine right there. Actually, let's not do that one. Let's see, I've got to cancel. Let's do these two. This one, mine. So we can put a foam popper in here and it'll do that. We can put one right here. Let's mine this one out. Mine. Okay. That take? There we go. Now, Rokes is one to get steel. 200 degrees still. We'll see. And Nettie is wanting to repair. Let's see if 200 degrees hurts him, if it's just a quick little pass in there. So, Rokes, health. Let's watch what happens. He's fine. In fact, he is fine. Let's instead have him haul all the steel. We'll watch him. It is still 158 degrees in there. He should be okay. Accumulative, it'll go to heat stroke, and then it'll go to lighting him on fire. Okay, well, we learned some lessons today. Need to research that when Eric is done over here, who is probably getting something to eat. Eric. Klaus. Work. Eric. You're right there. Playing horseshoes. Okay. Okay, with that, what is next? I do want to get more animal beds set up here and there. Could be another raid at any point, so we do want to get traps reset, which means I really need to get hauling going on. So I can get all of the hauling done into these so I can get the traps set up. That's kind of important. So let's think about that. With all of these being 2s, 3s, and 4s, I can, spur of the moment, set up a bunch of 1s and get a whole bunch of hauling done and then put them back easily, remembering who was supposed to be doing what. So I kind of like that. Let's leave Rogues only doing the building to get the last of these traps built. Or whatever needs to be done. Or repairs, that's what's going on, repairs. Then let's set everybody else to haul real quick and haul all the slag in. Let's turn slag off in this stockpile, so it only goes over there. Storage, no more slag. And we're not really set to store anywhere else. This stockpile is done. This one is not set up to take slag or stone. Okay, so let's set all this slag to haul. And let's tell everybody to get to hauling. There. Rabbit 2. Yeah, we have enough meals. And I'm not going to do brand because I do need to continue with taking care of these guys. In fact, I found Lure starving to death. For some reason, he didn't get the order to get in there and get him fed. So something went wrong there. So I'm going to leave Brand alone. I'm going to leave Rogues alone. Everybody else can get to hauling. There we go. So we'll get these guys filled in really fast. There we go. We're already starting. Though, actually, we're hauling based on what is closest to us. So they're not necessarily going for slag yet. So that's a bit of a problem, but we'll get rid of the things that need to be hauled immediately next to us so quickly that they will default to hauling slag. Okay, we'll do that. Otherwise, what do we need set up? We're going to need more batteries, which is going to take a lot of our components. Components are down to 9. A battery requires how many components? Power, but I do want to get the backup battery system going. 2 components. That's going to hurt. Let's get 3 going for now. Conduit, like so. Switch has been repaired. Door has been repaired. Yep. Alright, so Rogues will be doing that. We're not going to set any more traps to be built until we get all the slag in. And even if a section gets done, they may still come in with some slag and walk through the whole thing to put that one in. So we'll wait until all the slag is in. Then we'll set the traps and we will finish building traps and hopefully be ready for the next raid. Okay, so everybody is very busy. Michael has gone back to resting. Health, malaria, still minor, 98%. We're going to, let's see, I'm going to undo your rest. You're so close to being done, I'm not going to worry about it anymore. And that means I need to set you as a non-hospital. Yeah, Dwayne was saying, can you put my bed back? I'm kind of sleeping on the floor over here. So, yeah, everyone's back there. These will be hospital. Let's take this wall out. Well, hold on. We're going to have some new recruits soon. Let's leave these as bedrooms. We need to think about a real hospital. And we need to think about more bedrooms because we are going to have more people joining us. I thought about a hallway here or a hallway here. That could work too. That could work. Put a wall down there. Hallway into the prison. Hallway into more bedrooms. I kind of like that. Huh. And we can set whoever is the warden as the bedroom nearest the prison. And whoever's the doctor is the bedroom nearest the hospital. That's the way I usually do it. Usually I mine into a mountain. Don't really have a lot of mountains in this map. Mine into a mountain and I'll set the doctor's house or room next to the hospital and the warden's room next to the prison. And keeps him closest to his duties. But yeah, let's think about this. While we're doing all the hauling, I'm hoping we're not going to see a raid this episode. Really hope not. Because we're not really set up for it. Otherwise, how are we doing turret-wise? You are still the blueprint. You have been built. Okay, these turrets are in. It was suggested that I remove some of these pieces so that this turret has a line of sight to protect these guys, and this turret has a line of sight to protect these guys. And I really like that. Brexos has made it off the map, and we've improved another 15. I think that's a great idea. So let's take out, I think we can do it by just taking out this guy and this guy. So you deconstruct, you deconstruct. He will have a line of sight into this area to shoot whoever's attacking these. He will have a line of sight, it looks like it works, into this area, protect these. And for that matter, we could double up on these. I kind of like that too, though we're out of components. But a second turret right over here. If he blows up, he takes out a 3x3. So he will not affect a turret sitting right here with another line of sandbags around it. Same little pattern over here. I do like that. And let's, oh, this is set up for sandbags. So rogues will eventually get to this. So that'll be sandbags. We've already taken out I know what it was I was going to tell you before. I've already taken out the zone over here. Zones is what I was about to show you. Is one more thing I did between episodes and then got distracted. I reworked the animal zone. Zone over here for the no traps area. Not only did we take the animals out of the traps area, but I also took them out of the kitchen, took them out of the bedrooms, and took them out of the prison. So that they can't walk in and get meat. I was thinking about the rotten meat here, and that's where I was thinking about telling you about this. So they can't walk in and steal our meat anymore. They're going to eat the rotten meat that's out here. And they're not going to be able to dirty out, because they leave dirt behind as they walk around. So no longer dirtying up the bedrooms and no longer dirtying up the prison, which causes negative moods. So there is something to consider for your own maps, keeping the animals out of certain areas. They still have the ability to get into other areas, and that's fine. We'll have eventually somebody on permanent cleaning, and they'll keep the common areas clean for us. Failed to recruit. Where are we at? For 50 minutes, or getting close to that for this episode. Wow. Okay, hauling is being done. Traps are starting to be built. Supposedly our people can walk through traps. I'm thinking there is a very small percentage of them accidentally tripping it. But supposedly they can. How are we over here for... I'm still hesitant to set these guys. Because it'll give you a head wound. And there's a possibility of that turning into a brain wound, which is what we really don't want. You end up in this situation with one of our colonists. So I'm really hesitant to purposely send them through. Though these are down over here. Let's go ahead and get these traps built. Architect. Now a trap doesn't require a component, right? I hope not. Component I think of as electronics, so it should not. But security, trap, no components, just steel. Which we are starting to run out of. We need to get more mining done. So we'll go ahead and set these up right here. And I hear Nico out there. I'm going to leave these two. He's scratching at my door wanting in. Need to bury these bodies. I was hoping to get cremation going before I did, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's go ahead and get these set up as well. And soon we'll be able to get Nettie, let's see, that is an E, back off of hauling, get her back to construction. So she'll be out here to work as well. Oh, we did set these up. Oh, okay. Never mind. So cancel is C. Actually, just do it this way. Cancel all those. We have these guys ready to go. But we need to get a turret done. Where's Roke's at? He's not sleeping. Ronnie. Rokes or Nettie? Where are you guys at? Let's go this way. Rokes, you're over here. You are hauling steel. Yeah, soon all the steel that we have will be hauled in. But I really want you instead getting this guy done. So let's do this. I'm going to tell you to build this one, but we're going to stop and repeat that. So once we gave him that command, he went to go find the nearest steel, which is way back over there because he was carrying this one, and the map doesn't know it exists. As soon as he drops it, the map knows it exists now. So we're telling him one more time to build this guy. And he's going to, again, look for the nearest steel, which, by the way, oh, it's right there. So that's going to haul 64 steel out of, I'm thinking, 100? 175. So it's going to take several trips to finally do that. But with everybody hauling, we're eventually going to get all of the steel brought in, which may have been. I think it has been. Yeah, we're clear down here hauling this stuff. So, angry animal-wise, where are we at? You needs That should have gone down by now. You must have eaten something. We've got no warning, so it wasn't one of us. But these guys are going to be getting close soon. Where are these guys at? Okay, let's use that same tactic as finding a slag. We know we've got a grizzly here. So if we were to double-click, here he is. So this guy is going to be eating soon, but not this episode, because we've got to shut this down soon. And we still have a cougar roaming around. Where did you get off to in the last 45-50 minutes? Where are you? Now I'm focusing on certain places. You guys are looking all over randomly. So you could already have seen it. But I'm really looking over here right now, and you guys probably saw it sitting right there. So I see all these things when I'm editing that I don't see when I'm recording. I don't see him. Where is Mr. Cougar? I don't have a second one to double click on to bring him up. I do want to know where he is. And while I'm thinking about it, animals, our wild boar needs to be set to no traps. Okay. Anyway, find the cougar. I do want to find him. I've got people roaming the map randomly. I need to know where that cougar is. It's always possible he's left. And it's possible that a grizzly ate him. But I need to find that cougar. Because Rabbit is hauling steel. Right past a couple of grizzlies. Got some steel down in here. Alright, let's methodically comb this map. Michael's over there. Let's go down this column. Cougar. There we go. Cougar. Ah, there you are. Okay. Health, needs. You're going to eat now. As soon as you wake up, you're going to eat. What is in this area to haul? Don't have any slag queued up. Don't see any more items that have been cargo drop shipped into the area. We do have some mining right there. A lot of mining here, including plasteel. So we do need to queue up some mining for Michael and Klaus as soon as we're done with the hauling. And Cougar is probably going to go after one of these guys or one of these wild boars over here. We will see. Oh, we do have something set up to haul. Let's forbid these guys. Alright, you guys don't need to go after them. We have slag in the area, but none of it has a hauling symbol on it. Okay. And I'm looking at the wild boars there. I want to set up these deer to hunt. I don't know when they're leaving the map. So we'll get Ronnie working on that. And need to queue up mining. That guy. Okay, let's set up some mining jobs. Because after this, we're going to have Klaus and Michael mining the area again. Let's take out those two and maybe that one behind. And what was that? Break down a heater. Outdoor temperature of 45. Pretty soon we'll be able to turn the heaters off. In fact, I was going to say we could even open up this roof. Let's do that. Let's turn this guy off. Is that the correct way? Yeah. Let's turn you off. And let's set... Boy. I want to set this to no roof zone. But I don't want it to happen before we do these. Somebody's throwing up over here. Trebo. Health. Developed immunity. Malaria. Brand. Health. Fine. Malnutrition trivial. Needs. You've been fed. So that's prairie got missed. Okay. Brand is first priority is the prisoners. So I'm surprised about that. Somebody threw up. Does it actually say vomit of Trebo? 2 times. Vomit of Trebo. Okay. What else to do before we shut this down? So mining, that's where I was. I'm running, right? Now I am. Okay. So, we're safe animal-wise. There's nothing to lure anybody down to the cougar, and the bears are fine. But I do need to get this plasteel mined so we can get the hospital beds made for a real hospital. So for now, I guess we will just use our own bedrooms as hospitals. Mining in here is pretty much done, and I don't want to open that up much more. Any other mining nearby besides all the way down there? I thought there was something in here. There's not. We could put an exploratory tunnel into some of these just to see what's in there. They can mine into them. Even something... We may eventually use this space. I'm not going to tunnel in from the side on that one. We could verify that there's nothing... inside of there. I didn't mean to do that. Cancel. Just want to send one in. Okay, mine. Otherwise, failed to recruit. Let's send somebody into here. We talked about putting a door into there. Hopefully we'll remember next time to put a door in that space. We've got something going on here. Let's mine into that. Though, let's cancel this. I don't know what this is. We could open up something that we can't handle if we're not careful about that. Otherwise, let's mine out this group, but not on this side. We want to... Yeah, we've got a bear problem here. Let's cancel that. We got plenty of other mining that isn't dangerous for now. Over here, we've got this area to mine. We'll take that out. We'll leave this as a support structure. Trader from City of the Tree is in. Okay. Breakdown of heater. Let's go look at this. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Alright, so trader's coming in. Okay, we'll get some trading to do next time. Otherwise, where's our colony? Where am I? Here I am. Don't know which heater broke down, but I am assuming it will be taken care of. We don't really need it anyway. Heaters that aren't being used will run at 20 watts. Otherwise, they're running at 100 when they're being used. So, in fact, we only need to be running one right now. Heater. These guys have been turned off already. Now we'll keep the two going. We have the heater in here. We're sitting at 68 degrees. Okay, we're fine there. So we queued up some hunting. I'm thinking let's queue up these wild boars as well. Yeah, that's cougar country, who just took out a rabbit. Okay, so cougar is done. So in that case, let's pull out these wild boars here and hunt them. Cougar should be fine. Not for too long, though. A rabbit is not a very big meal. Yeah, so he will be hunting again probably next episode. So we've got to watch out for that. Or Ronnie may be in for an adventure. These guys are coming through. They should be safe. I believe if they get harmed on your map, that will count against you. So you got to protect them a bit. If they get taken out by a bear, I'm not sure if that will nail you or not. Let's put an exploratory. I'm trying to shut the episode down, but I'm also trying to catch up on things that I talked about but didn't finish. Let's see what's inside of here, what's inside of there. And what's inside of there. Okay, that'll do it for now. Yeah, we'll shut this down. So, I'm going to record a couple more episodes today. I've got a new series coming out. I'm going to start recording probably Wednesday. I think this episode you'll see on Monday. So, I'm already a couple ahead on Banished, Noble Landing, and I'm going to get a couple ahead on this one so I can spend some time learning that new game and figure out just how to record it. It's an open world game. I'm going to do Farming Simulator. That's coming out. So I've got to figure out how to record that. It's a little different from something like this. A little different way of creating episodes. So that'll be coming to the channel. I'm also playing with Skyrim. I want to think about that. We're coming up with a remastered version in a week or so. And I'd like to go ahead and do something I had planned to do from the very beginning. While I'm thinking about it. Very beginning of my channel, which is to get an open world game out. So Skyrim was something I wanted to do as well, but we'll see about that. While I am thinking of it, zone, no roof. Let's take this roof off and let the sun do the job instead. And it worked. Okay, the sun is now doing this in place of the lamp and the heater. All right, that saves us a little bit of power. Not necessary to run it. And that way we'll use these batteries more effectively while we don't have these batteries available to us. So with that, let's call this one done. This has been Noble Rambler. Hit the like and subscribe if you would down there, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye, folks.